I first found about PUG AI last year. It was around maybe September, October-ish. I was always kind of looking to see another Black woman in tech, definitely to not model my career after, but just get some inspiration, some insight, right? Us being from the same demographic and all. And so I started following your page with Same Supreme. And yeah, when you mentioned the PUG group in your stories, I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. So there was a call that you had with Ikram on like a tech conversation, and there were multiple people on the call. For me, that was key because it made it more like touchable. You have a lot of Instagram personalities out there that are doing similar things, but they're not very touchable. So I really appreciate the fact that you were touchable, you were reachable. And then on that chat, like everybody was addressed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they addressed me. And actually got a chance to talk to Ikram. Like, he's the founder of Venmo. Like, how often do you even get to be in the room or at the table, with people who have made such an impact in the tech community, right? So for me to be able to have like Q&A with someone of his caliber and with your experience and background, that was really key for me, because I'm like, okay, I can't actually do this. Like, this is not out of my reach. I'm able to talk to these people and have like a lateral conversation. And so joining the community with the other ladies of PUG AI definitely made me feel at home. It just gave me more of a boost to be able to do what I'm doing and know that, number one, I can do it. And number two, that I am in the right place. In multiple career options, you always kind of feel like that imposter syndrome, or if you don't look like another person of the majority, it's almost like you can feel like, I don't know if I should be here. You get that in your mind, but already coming from a community where there are other women just like you who are navigating this experience, I think it's really key for us to make sure that like we can stick together so that we continue to build that strength. So I definitely got a lot of that support, breaking into tech in the PUG AI group, and just being able to see the other ladies that were also breaking in and cheering me on, and us, just supporting each other. That was, you need a community. So yeah. Tech babe life is great. I first of all, the opportunity for growth, not just financially, but personally, it is, man, it's invaluable. I feel like I have grown smarter just being here, because, you get to stretch and exercise, the muscle of your brain, and, figuring out complex solutions, even if they aren't like clearly laid out. Like, it's one thing to train on a job and just be able to do like day-to-day operations like you would anywhere else, but it's another thing to actually be a part of like a build out of a program, or the inception of something, or chartering a program, and just to be able to make an impact like that, where you are now helping to revolutionize not just your job but your industry. That is extremely rewarding and impactful. So to be able to do that, there's a lot of value that I in place on, intrinsic reward. So for me, it's rewarding every day to know that like I have such an impact. And of course the money is a plus, right? Like that, it's great to learn and grow, and also to see myself developing in other areas of my career path here too. One thing that I want to hopefully give like some encouragement to the young ladies who are trying to break into tech. I can say for me, I have a very resourceful personality. So I go and I pull resources and I throw it in the pot and I cook it, right? And I eat what I cook. As an entrepreneurial spirit, I only eat what I kill. So you have to go into this with an attitude that if you're not born a pit bull, grow some teeth and sharpen them every day. Because if you don't, it's eat or be eaten, and you can do that in a modest way and still, maintain your femininity. You don't have to be masculine to do that, but definitely have the attitude that you're going to come out here and sink this by the ship. Like, with everything that you have, if you know that your bills, your kids, your growth, the mental health vacations that you need to take your family on, if all of that is going to hinge on just you making that one extra step, make that extra step. If you have what some people call like, a more passive personality, or if you're an introvert, or, you're shy, but that like with everything in you, something needs to change. Do that to make sure that that thing can change. Because if you don't, you would risk not being able to grow to that next level. So yeah, definitely be as resourceful as you can be. Put those things together. I know it's tempting to ask people for a resource or a referral and like, hey, can you get me into your job? No, they can't, because they don't know how you work. And if they refer you and you fail at the job, then that looks bad on them, and that can risk their position at their job. So, in terms of trying to get referrals, do what you can to use the people that you already have, use the resources around you that are free, and make the most out of it, right? So you don't go into Kroger looking for, a cooked meal every day. You're going to get raw ingredients. So have that same attitude when you approach your job search and you start to compile, all of your resources to make sure that you present your best self. You gotta eat what you kill, and you gotta cook what you capture.